I'll type that down in a second. Hello, YouTube. It is I, the mega famous DJ Winza, and I'm also typing down a name for a character. I should probably end up writing all these down before I close this later, but anyway, these characters will be important later.
Because reasons.
Yes, because this is yet another backstory for my world one-shot. Yeah. This is the story of the first steps to the creation of an empire. Now you see, not every D&D game is all heroes fighting villains and smiting the evils of this world.
Yeah, it is.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
Sometimes it's about getting down and dirty.
Ooh my.
About trying to take over because you don't believe that leaders are doing their jobs correctly.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Trump and stuff.
This is the story about how one hobgoblin began his conquest of an entire continent. The story of Rendo Marignar.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Now I have to add that in because I didn't add it in before because I was afraid Cassie was going to read the note. But now she knows. I gave it away. There you go. Now you see, for players of my Friday game, Cassie's one of them. This is the story of the leader of the Empire, whom they are no longer kind of citizens of. Hey, HD.
Yay, HD's here.
You, Rendo, you have a mission. You know that the king and queen of this small country of, I haven't decided the name yet. Who wants to name this country? Because this is permanent. This will stay in... Say that again?
Shawarma Lorma.
I will actually have that be all the way on the east coast of that particular continent.
And here, I was actually just kidding.
Spell it. Shawarma Larma. There we go. There we go.
You should spell Larma with 2 L's, like llama.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we do group storytelling here. Now, I gave someone who hasn't had the chance to do much role-playing the lead role. He's been primarily just the meathead hitting people. So, Billy, you get to be a future emperor. Let's find out how you end up that way. So, you are all citizens of Shawarma.
That was just kidding.
You're in the Ding Dong district. I'm kidding.
Rama Lama Ding Dong.
I'd rather be in the Funny Bone district.
It's all right. Anyway, so I'm kidding. We're not using the Ding Dong. Oh, he didn't stay for this because it's fucking hot in my house, and I'm not gonna torture him.
I was just telling him.
So instead, I'm gonna torture myself. It's all hot and sticky.
Giggity.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a shower after this.
Oh
I think.
my.
Hopefully there will be hot water, because you took a shower. Anyway.
Yeah.
Back on
Yay,
task.
water.
table talk for afterward if you guys want to stick around. The AC is not in. It hasn't been set up yet. We're having a friend of ours come over and set it up tomorrow. Besides the point. Table talk later. Alright, so in the kingdom of Shawarma Larma, which will eventually get its name changed, because that's one of the things you hate about this place. That basically means you get to pick the name at the end of the game. You know that they're going to be showing up. You're just not sure where, because they're going on a trip to leave the country as emissaries for their own country. But you don't have all the information that you think you need. But you are in town. You are just approaching the town square, and you've been able to pull together a few allies from your adventuring. They include Half Pint. Describe yourself.
Half Pint is a kobold rogue. He's, how to put this without being overly offensive? He's not... He's, let's just say he was probably dropped on his head a few too many times.
Jesus.
It's alright.
He's mentally fragile.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's a headbanger, but not in the good way.
Yeah.
And how does he look?
Well...
Make shit up.
He's red scales. He's got the little horns on his head.
How's he dressed?
He is dressed in traveler's clothes, but no, leather armor.
All right.
Quite scruffy leather armor.
Okay.
It's quite possible he's wearing his pants the wrong way round.
That's
I know
fine.
the feeling.
He thinks the hole at the front with the buttons on it is for where your tail comes out.
That works.
Okay, to be fair, I can kind of understand what the thinking behind that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Perfect sense.
Exactly.
All right. Karl Frost.
Well, my guy is a
Don't say
high
my
elf
guy.
wizard.
Say I am.
Oh, right, sorry. I'm a high elf wizard of the Conjuration School. Mainly because most high elves and, other elves of my peoples decided to, take, defensive spells, healing spell schools, but not too many wanted the Conjuration School, or too few decided to. I was one of the too few that decided to go Conjuration because I preferred summoning things out of thin air that could, fight by my side and, take care of my enemies for me without me having to deal too physically with them. So, yeah, here I am.
So you're making your own small empire. Got it.
Something like that, yes.
All right. How do you look?
Basically just, like most other elves and the like, just tall as hell and...
So 5 foot? Like 5'3"?
5'3", 5'4", something like that.
Yeah, that is tall for an elf.
I always imagine elves being taller, to be honest. But anyways,
on Dark Sun, yes.
And
yes, the many faces of Winza. Ow, my butt.
And for clothing, he'll actually be just some basic wizarding robes with some standard clothes underneath it. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Before I get to the next name on the list, yes, HD, we do have RAV4s. We love them. They are awesome.
Yeah.
Kelby Lurson. Describe yourself, motherfucker.
Well, as you said, my name's Kelby Lurson. I'm a half-elf bard. I like to sing and dance, parade around. I'm fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
I like colorful, bright, lavish clothing. And I like to make fun of people and make people laugh.
Thumbs up.
Appearance-wise, long, flowing blonde hair. And very poofy, brightly colored, fancy clothes with my armor underneath it. And I walk around with my my loot strapped to my back.
So if that thing falls off your back, is that a loot drop?
It is.
Alright, and finally, Flutter.
Alright, so I am a air genasi cleric of the Tempest domain. I have chainmail on that's a nice silvery blue color. And everything I'm wearing is shades of blue to match my blue, like sky blue skin and white hair.
Cool. Alright.
And I fight with a warhammer, because hell yeah.
And Rendo Maregna R. Describe yourself, leader of the future nation.
Yes, I am Rendo. A dark red skin with dark gray hair covering my body, with dark red tipped, dark brown hair on his head cut short on the sides and tight braids. With a pale blue nose, I stand proud in my dark monk robes.
Awesome. So, you are currently in the town square. It is about noon, and poor Half Pint is not exactly enjoying the sunlight, but you are here, and you had a dream recently, Rendo, where you just saw a dancing light that led you to the spot you're standing in your dream. And I would like you, primarily, to roll a perception check. Or wisdom if you don't have perception as a skill.
Actually, I have a +2 to perception.
Groovy.
And another dead gum 3, 5.
So you haven't seen anything yet. So, you guys have anything you want to say to each other?
I'm just playing my lute with my hat on the ground, trying to make a couple bucks at the moment.
Okay. Roll a performance check.
All right. That requires me to sit back down because I had forgotten my dice. A little on the important side.
Yeah, that would help.
All right.
A dice roller does work, because if you can't make your own dice, store-bought is fine.
There's a D20.
Oh,
all right.
HD, while I'm waiting for this answer, HD, ours is, well, mine's a 2008, hers is a 2015. There you go. Go ahead.
22.
Damn! Alright, so,
Damn, son.
Yeah,
There are
buddy.
quite a few people who stop by, and quite a few that drop coins into your hat. And
Yeehaw.
you're actually not used to this many coins being thrown your way, but you notice a few of the people that are up there are, wearing very nice clothing.
Ah.
And they don't have shit all over them.
Yay, generous rich people.
Hey, half pint.
Well,
Half pint. You need to roll a perception check. Since it's high noon, you're going to have to do it at disadvantage, but don't worry, it's a low DC.
Okay, so perception is 20 plus 1. I'll roll that twice and take the lowest one. Got a 9.
As I said, it's a low DC. You notice that some of the people that don't have shit all over them have their coin purses affixed outside of their belt in a very, very easy to remove kind of way.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So, half pint, he stares at one of the exposed coin purses for a few seconds. And, he keeps
And we're not
staring.
talking about, nut sacks. I'm talking about actual purses that have coins in them. People. Get your mind out of the gutter.
He stares for a few more seconds. A few more seconds. And he blinks. A few more seconds.
Really?
Okay.
Then he stares. He
He
stares.
looks to one of the others for some sort of insight what he should be doing right now.
So which one would you be looking at? The only people we haven't interacted with storyline-wise so far are Carl and Flutter. So pick one of them. I implore you.
Which one of those two is taller?
How tall is your air genasi?
What's the typical height?
Average for humans, actually. So anywhere from like 5'5" to like 8 feet tall.
Human's gonna be 8 feet
We
tall.
usually-
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did not know
world record
Standing
holder.
anywhere from 5 to 6 feet tall. So I'll go 6 feet.
Okay. So she's taller.
Yep.
He looks to Flutter for some sort of some sort of inkling to what he should be doing right now. He just slowly points up at this coin purse. He's either
Wait,
pointing.
are
at
you
the coin
trying
purse or-
to be obvious about it to the people nearby?
He's not. He's like 3 foot tall. Nothing is obvious. Nobody looks down that far.
Good point.
I give a little half nod and a wink.
All right.
Okay. He reaches out to grab one of these coin purses.
All right.
I'm assuming I would roll a d20 plus my sleight of hand thing.
Bingo.
d20 plus 7. And I've got 2 asterisks by that thing. So what does that mean?
That means expertise, which is why you have the
Ah.
+7 instead of just your proficiency
+4.
and instead of a +4.
So is that a disadvantage or advantage or what are we talking
Neither.
about here? Okay, so I just roll it once. I got a 14.
Wow. Nice.
Hold on.
And the result is...
You don't see any motion from the person.
Yay.
So you just slowly pull it off. All right.
He's just got the biggest grin on his face. He immediately runs over to Flutter to hand it over.
All right.
Oh my god, I love Scorpio's character already.
Flutter. You just got handed a bag.
I look inside.
All right. You're just opening to look?
Yeah, to see what's inside. Like not holding it up like, huh, what's this? But like, to the side.
You're looking in the opening.
All right. Roll perception.
Perception.
Well.
Is that one of your skills?
That would be a 10 total.
That's actually not terrible.
All right.
In fact, it's the DC I put on this. You notice there's not much gold in there, but it looks more like a component pouch. But there are gold pieces in there.
Yay, gold.
There are like 4.
So, some magic casting stuff in here. We could probably hand this to our wizard.
Right.
Carl.
Carl? So, Carl.
Yes.
How do you cast your spells? Do you use components? If you do, don't worry about like keeping track of everything. Just describe how you use them, and I will love you forever. If you use a focus, then describe how you hold your focus when you're using your magic. Either way, up to you. I just want to hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, I do have a couple that are like ingredient based. So,
cool. All right.
To find it. Yeah.
So she hands you a component pouch.
Oh. Thank you.
And I want you to roll a perception check.
Oh, me? Okay.
Actually, no. Roll investigation.
All right, give me a second. Investigation. All right. Please be a good number. I got 6 total.
6 total?
Yes.
A couple of the things in there are kind of stinky. But you do see one thing that you instantly recognize as the same component you use. It's a sprig of, or not sprig, but a chunk of charcoal for your find familiar spell.
I can if I come on you later. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Thank you.
And when you guys are not surrounded by a bunch of people listening to music,
people,
I'll let you look in a little more. Rendo, you see all of your compatriots doing something. I want you to roll another perception check, only this time at advantage.
Be a 20.
Nice. You see a familiar sparkle. It's actually past the crowd, and it's at the edge of an alleyway.
I will kind of snort a little bit and get the attention of the others and start heading that way.
All right. So
I follow.
As do I.
I wrap up my song, thank everybody, bow, pick up my hat in the bow.
And for some reason, as you're finishing your song, it just does one of those like fade outs, like it's from a recording from like CDs in the 90s. I'm playing. All right, everyone claps and then starts to disperse. And Rendo, you still see that sparkle just at the edge of the alleyway. And if the rest of you would like to make a perception check. That is actually up to you.
Alright, just give me a second.
Okay. Perception check.
Alright, this one.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Half Pine is just staring off into the void.
You're just staring at your friends' butts.
Kelby's got a dirty 20.
I got a 12.
Did you roll?
Natural 1.
Oh, okay. So, Carl, what did you roll again?
I got a total of 12.
Okay.
That's what I hope if I put my mic down.
Kelby,
Yes.
you've picked up on where Rendo is looking, and you notice his eyes are specifically at a particular spot.
Sorry.
It's alright. You don't see anything there.
That's odd.
It's okay.
Are you hallucinating, mate?
Okay, that's a big one.
There's nothing there.
Yes, there is. Follow.
Call that a knife. This is a knife.
I want what drugs he's on. How about y'all?
I know a guy who sells some mushrooms.
I love references.
And I love Easter eggs.
So, you do also notice at the other end of the alley, you do see some movement.
The movements.
But it's past where Rendo was looking. Like, it's at the other end of the alley.
I am going to investigate that way.
Alright.
Not away.
But I'm going to be casual and nonchalant, like I'm not investigating. I am skipping through the alley.
Alright, so as you guys are getting there, Rendo, you still see the sparkling, and now it's moving further down the alley.
Sparkle's moving. And I proceed down the alleyway with it.
Alright.
Got all of the shinies.
Now, Kelby, you're trying to act nonchalant, like you don't notice anything?
Correct. Like I'm just taking a shortcut to go to my next performance
have you roll
round.
either deception or persuasion. You're going to have to pick one.
Let's see. They are both the same, so it does not matter.
Cool.
That would be a 16.
All right. Okay, so as you're getting further down the alley, all of you, I'm going to need one... You kind of notice that you've picked up on Kelby trying to avoid someone realizing that you're a he as Kelby, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're noticing he's acting the same way you've seen him do before when when you guys were almost ambushed by a group of goblins that he tipped you out on. So, if you guys are going to do anything about that, let me know.
Half Pine is gonna follow him.
Just out in the open?
About as out in the open as someone as 3 foot tall can really do.
Okay. Alright. So the rest of you are just following along as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as I move down this alley, do I start getting any kind of like spider tingly senses? Being a monk, having some.
Roll insight. If you don't have insight as a skill, that would be wisdom.
Be at 18.
Oh yeah, you're starting to get the idea that this is a place where people would be ambushed. But you're just not quite sure yet, and then you notice just behind something, you see someone's leg. And then
So
you kind of hear on the air breathing to your right, and you see the leg on your left. So you know that there's more than one.
So I stop and motion to the others that there's two.
Oh. Okay.
And I point to both sides.
All right. So let me get to the page. Give me one moment. All right, so what are you going to do first? Are you going to call them out? Are you going to try to just ambush them in return? Are you gonna... Well, just tell me how you're going to handle this, guys.
Can I grab his leg and drag him out?
You're going to do that right now. You will be rolling an attack. You ready?
19.
Okay.
I guess he's ready.
So yeah, you grab this guy's leg, no problem. Are you grappling or are you actually attacking to cause damage?
Grappling to pull him out of the shadow.
All right.
Get over here!
And the guy, this young guy, is just pulled out from behind some trash that's on the side of the alleyway, and all of you hear movement all down here, and a couple of them pull out heavy crossbows and put it on top of the trash that's in here, and there's like 4 of them now pointed at all of you guys.
You two can play this game.
And one of them shouts, "Put him down!"
You first.
I'm gonna have Half Pint dive into the trash, and I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
Go ahead.
Okie dokie, where's my stealth here? Stealth is +7. No, not +71. +7. 26.
Damn! That's a natural 19.
He dives into the trash like a pro.
Yeah, well, it's like you live there. Anyway. So...
Probably does.
Dumpster diving.
I'm letting you do that as you two got avoided a surprise round by doing that, because now you all know each other are there. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Hey.
Is that me included?
That includes you. You got to hide as your first round action before.
Well, am I past all of this, or
You are right next to the one at the end. Because they were waiting until all of you were at a point of no return.
okay.
But then Rendo grabbed one, giving them no choice.
Okay, so I'm
I
kind
have
of on
no
the
problem
other
with that. BT
side
dubs.
of everything. I'm on the enemy's side, essentially.
Yes, you're like more on their side than your friend's side. In
Okay.
fact, you're the only one who has... You have 4 of them between you and your friends. That's if you want to count the one Rendo's holding. And give me one moment.
All right then.
I got an 11 on my thing.
Give me one.
Initiative.
That's the word.
Alright, so, before we get started, I need... Did anyone get anything above 20?
Not me.
Nope.
I rolled exactly 20.
Nope.
Okay, 20 counts. Alright, so... Flutter... And... Between 15 and 20.
19.
Say your name out loud so I know what to type, because John and...
Rindo, 19.
Rindo, thank you.
Kelby, 19.
Which one of you wants to go first?
I'll go second.
You'll go second? Alright.
Works for me.
10 to 15?
Carl has a 14.
Carl?
Carl.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay, I'll... Okay.
And tell me what you got.
I got an 11 on the 20.
Cool. When I do that, it means you're at the same initiative as an enemy, so I do that to determine who goes first on that initiative. So,
Oh, okay.
Half Pine got 11.
It's alright, I'm putting you in right now.
Okie dokie.
Alright. So, Flutter. You get to go first.
All right. So,
Lame.
I forgot to mention, I have stuck in my hair some burning incense, just like perpetually burning, to keep the attention of my goddess.
What is your goddess?
My goddess is Akadi.
Akadi?
Akadi, goddess of elemental air, speed, and flying creatures. Mortal being of freedom and travel.
I love it. Alright. So, what are you doing?
So, what I'm going to do is... how close am I?
You are currently 20 feet from the nearest one.
Alright. I'm going to...
40 feet from the furthest.
I'm going to move so I am standing in the middle of as many as possible, like within 5 feet of as many as possible.
Alright, so that would be 25 feet.
Okay. How many are around me?
There are 2.
And I am going to use my cantrip, Hand of Radiance. So they all have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
I've never heard of Hand of Radiance. Please describe both what the spell does and how you use it.
Alright, it's on my app, so that's why I grabbed it. Basically, you raise your hand and burning radiance erupts from it. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you must succeed on a con saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. DC 12.
I regret to inform you
Neither
that the
will.
lower of the 2 was a 12 on the dice.
Damn. Alrighty. So I just stand here.
How does the spell look as you try to have it go off?
It's just basically like a little mini shockwave of radiant energy pulsating from me.
Alright. That's cool. Alright. Kelby. You've got one that's actually 5 feet from you. And you have others that are between you and your allies. If you include the one that Rendo is literally holding by the leg.
Alright, you said I had one within 5 feet of me, and I missed the other part.
The others are between you and your allies, all within 20 feet.
Alright. Well, in that case, because I don't necessarily like exactly where I am, actually. I believe I am just going to draw my weapons and attack.
All right, you attacking the one in the back?
Yes, the one that's right next to me.
All right. He just looks like a normal rogue, brigand, whatever you want to call him. So, introduce him to your steel.
All right. Well, I've got a rapier and a short sword, so...
Oh, so you're dual wielding. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, did you go
that would be...
swashbuckler? No, wait, no. Never mind.
No, just 2-weapon fighting.
Okay. What type of bard, by the way?
Lore bard.
Okay.
I got a 19 on the rapier.
Roll your damage.
Nice.
Okay. Stay on the table. There we go. That would be 10 damage.
All right.
And then the Schwat sword is probably a miss.
What did you roll?
That would be a 10.
You just miss. Yeah, you go...
Shit.
So you jab him in the shoulder, and this puts him just a little bit off balance so that when you go to follow up with the short sword, he's just outside of your range. Rendo, you have a guy in your hand. Are you going to put 2 in his bush?
I'm going to spin the key point.
All right.
And flurry of blows.
All right. Well, you have to do the regular attack action first. So roll your regular attack. Do you have a weapon?
No.
Okay. So I believe it's still 1d4 at level 3. So go ahead and roll your attack.
First attack is an 11.
11. You just tag him with that. All right. Roll your damage.
For 4 damage.
All right. Give me 1 second. Next.
That is a 12.
Yep, you hit him.
For 3 damage.
Alright, so that's a total of 7 so far. And you've got 1 more attack because you spent the key point to get it.
Yay!
And that is a 13.
Alright. Hit him again, or roll the damage again.
For 4 more damage.
Alright, so that is 11 total damage. Nice round there. Alright, so next up we have Carl.
Carl. All right. So.
Carl.
All right. So I believe I will go after the one that our friendly monk is holding, unless he's dead, and I just didn't hear that part.
No, he's not.
Okay. In that case, I will help him finish it off. And for the time being, I will use my dagger on him.
Why?
Well, right,
cantrips are free. You can do them from there.
Oh, fine. I'll use infestation then.
Oh. Oh.
What?
Oh, I've got to pull out Xanathar's guide. I forgot that's not in the PHP. It's also in that behind me, but oh well. Infestation. Alright, so I have to roll a Constitution saving throw as he is enveloped in a shit ton of mites, flies, and other little bug-like beasties.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And what is your spell DC?
My spell DC is a 12.
He rolled a natural 13, so there wasn't
No
any
go.
damage. However, you still have... I believe it's still there. No, actually. They're still on him, but they're not getting through his clothes.
Question,
Okay.
would he have disadvantage on that since I got a hold of his leg?
It's a Constitution saving throw,
Ah.
so it would be if it was Strength or Dex, yes. But since it's a con, no.
Gotcha.
All right, so with that, the one that's in your hand is trying to struggle his way out. He doesn't have a melee weapon in his hand because he was ready to pull out his crossbow, and that was what he had out. And he's rolling what everyone else should have rolled for their spell for their saving throws earlier. He got a natural 1. So, struggle as he may, he is not getting out of your death grip. Then the two that are closer to you guys, one of them is taking their crossbow and trying to shoot at you,
All right.
even in melee,
All right.
which puts him at disadvantage. And let me just take a quick look at the crossbow. It is +2. Does 15 hit
Nope.
you? So you watch as he aims right at her and looses his crossbow, and the arrow literally just breaks on her armor. Like right there. Just splinters. And there's another one that is within 5 feet of you. He's taking a pot shot at Mr. Maregnar Rendo. Remember, if you want to spend your reaction trying to catch this, that's cool. If not, no worries. But it's at disadvantage as well. The lower of the two was 5 on the dot. So it goes wide because you, Flutter, just kind of move and bump his elbow. And it just shatters on the wall next to you. Next up, we have Half Pint. What you doing from the shadows?
Is there anyone close to Half Pint's pile of rubbish?
You are in a spot where you can go after any of these thugs.
Which one would you say is closest?
Considering where you jumped into the trash pile, that would be the one being held by Rendo. Or you could just rush over to the other side and tag the one that's next to Kelby. Or either of the two that are next to Flutter.
Well, the guy that's being held and besieged by insects, let's just make his day a little worse. Half Pint just pops out, takes out his, well, I call it it says it's a rapier, but it's more like a sharp bit of metal that's vaguely rapier-like.
A shard of what?
Out.
Metal.
It's like a shard of metal.
All right, so you're gonna stick him with some cut off rebar. Got it.
Shank.
It's a rapier.
Yes,
on here.
prison shank. Yes, a really long prison shank.
It's the rapier of prison shanks. He's gonna
There
hop
we
out of
go.
his garbage. He's gonna aim up. He's gonna try and stab this guy in the butt.
All right,
Yeah,
roll
do a
your
little
attack.
stabby.
And by the way, since you are attacking from being hidden, you get advantage.
Okay, so what do I roll first? Because my brain is just blanked.
Roll 20. Add your attack modifier, which I believe I actually have your character sheet here. You get a +5, and that was for the ladies.
Oh, really now?
Yes.
D20 plus 5. That's 16.
Ouch. Yeah. Roll your
Did I roll that
damage.
once or-
So that's
do I roll that
1d8
once
and 2d6 for your sneak attack.
So 1d8 and 2d6.
Yarp.
Is that for the rapier? 1d8 plus 3?
1d8 plus 3, and then you roll the 2d6 because that is your sneak attack.
1d8 plus 3. We got 8. And the other one was 2d6, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
2d6. So 2d6. Where is it? 2d6. Boop. We got 6.
All right, so 6 between the 2d6, and how much did you get on the 1d8 plus 3?
The 1d8 plus 3, we got 8.
All right, and that is 14, so he has taken some serious damage. He is not looking good. You're starting to notice it's a little easier to keep hold of his leg, Rendo. He is not looking good. And the one next to Kelby, he is a little pissed that you decided to try stabbing him in the shoulder. So he's letting loose in melee range. And that is a... I don't imagine an 8 hits your armor class.
That would be a negatory.
Yeah. So he misses. And the one that's just free, like, there's no one near him, really. He's just past the guy who is grabbed by Rendo and a little bit closer to the rest of the group. He's kind of looking around, and I'm actually going to roll. Alright, so he passed what I consider a charisma saving throw for bravery. He is going to take a pot shot again at the guy holding his buddy. That would be a 13. Does that hit your armor class?
That does not.
Alright, so
14.
It like goes towards you, and you're like, really? And you just kind of tilt your head, and it explodes behind you in splinters against the wall. And we are now back at the top of the round. Flutter.
All right. So, it was under a different name, so the spell was actually Word of Radiance.
Word of Radiance. Okay.
So
what word did you say, just so we know?
I didn't say I had to say a word.
I know, but I want to hear it. She's whining. That's her word of radiance.
I just say my goddess's name. There we go.
Alibaba, yeah.
Akkadi.
Got it.
But since that didn't work so well, I'm just gonna take my warhammer and swing at the...
One or two-handed before you roll.
Two-handed.
Alright. Roll your attack roll.
I don't imagine an 8 hits.
What did you get on the dice?
4.
Oh, no. He sees you pull this big-ass warhammer out, and he's like,
Oh, shit.
And he crouches back into the trash. You hit nothing but the wall. Kind of leave a dent. Kind of adobe walls. Anyway. Do you have anything on a bonus action?
I do.
Do you want to use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
All right. So where are you having it appear?
The one I tried to swing at. Like, right behind him.
And what does your spiritual weapon look like?
Just like my warhammer.
All
Just
right.
Bluer.
Bluer. All right.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah! I believe
no.
it's 1d8 force
yeah.
damage
Yep.
plus your spell mod.
Yep. That is exactly what
That
it
is a crit, folks. So, roll your 1d8 and double the result.
2.
Plus your spell mod.
4.
Okay.
A natural 1 on that damage dice there.
Alright.
Womp womp womp.
What a waste of a nat 20.
I know, right? It's just...
Okay, so 4 damage.
Well, at least it did something.
Yes.
Yeah, he when he, like, swung back from my hammer, he got clocked with my other hammer.
Hammer
You went
time.
like this, it went like this.
Yep.
Upside down.
Scissors.
So...
Scissors.
It clocks him, actually, and breaks a rib.
Ow.
So... And you hear him go... And, Kelby, you are now
Yes,
up.
sir. All right. I'm gonna swingy again,
All right.
since I'm right there. Rapier is a 19 on the die.
Nice. Give me that damage.
That would be 6 damage on that one.
All right. And go ahead and roll your next attack.
That would be the same as last time, a 10. So I missed.
10 on the die? Yeah.
Yeah. No, 10 total.
Oh, 10. Yeah, 10 total. Yeah.
10 on the die would have hit.
Yeah, 10 on the die definitely would have hit. But yeah, it's the same situation, although you jabbed him in the different in his other shoulder this time. But you notice he just dropped the crossbow, and now he's reaching for something else. Rendo, how are you going to bring joy? Rendo?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. So the guy that just shot at me, I'll look and I'll just snarl at him as I stomp his friend.
All right, roll your attack. And by the way, don't worry about using your key immediately at the top of your turn. Only use it like when you're actually using the ability.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That will be a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah. D4.
6 damage.
Damn. All right. Doing math. Hold on. I've got to look. All right. So explain specifically how you stomp his friend.
So like, it's like an MMA match. I mean, just a quick, sharp, just cross kick to the side of this guy's head and basically snap his neck.
And you're still holding his leg. So as he goes limp, you're just kind of holding it and just dropping it. You still have your unarmed, your second attack or bonus attack if you want to go rush the guy who shot you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, I'll rush up to the guy that just shot at me and take my next attack.
All right, roll your attack.
That's an 18.
Oh yeah.
And another 6.
Jesus. All right. So let me just wipe this guy and.
Okay, at the end of that hit, could I holler, leave one alive?
All right. So you guys all heard, leave one alive.
All right, I will. Or I'll try.
All right. So, you know, it's a good thing you said that, because it's now your turn.
All right, let's try this again. So, I'm going to assume that one's been downed.
Oh yeah, the one that you tried to infest earlier. The bugs that you summoned are currently now eating his flesh.
Ah, they're doing their natural duty. Gotcha.
Yes, there's some of that too.
Really? Well, I guess I'll go after one of the other guy, or I guess I'll go on Cassie's character, hammered, and I guess try another infestation on him.
Alright, so I've got to roll Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And what's the die on my end? I forget.
It's a D6, but it also forces him to run. By the way, he rolled a natural 1. So roll your D6, and I have to roll... I believe it's a D4 to determine what direction he goes. Give me one moment. Just getting it in my face to look at. So. All right, just to determine. Yeah, he's trying to get away from you.
Ah, okay. Well, I got a 6 on the damage.
Nice. All right, so hold on. You get an attack of opportunity if you want to use it.
You're welcome, Cassie.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Or not.
Another 8? Oh my god. That usually is really good to you. All right. So
the Dice Lords giveth,
you do, however,
the Dice Lords taketh.
You do, however, know why you missed. Because as the bugs start swarming him, he's like, and starts moving away, and you swing, but you misjudged, and you actually squashed a couple of the bugs in the air, and they splattered against the wall as you stopped your hammer, and you're like,
damn it.
Ew, I need to clean
all
that
right,
later.
so...
Bugs get sticky if they bake on.
Bacon. Anyway, it's now his turn as he's really catching wind of the fact that he just ran towards the guy that just broke his friend's neck. And he reaches and grabs his mace and is going to take a swing at you, Rendo. And... does a 17 hit?
It does.
Alright. That would be... I'm just going to use the average. Take 5 damage, bludgeoning. And he has multi-attack. He actually rolled higher this time, so take another 5. The one that's right next to you that you didn't clobber with the spectral hammer is pulling out his mace.
Alright.
Does a 16 hit?
Nope.
Alright. And he swings again after he catches air, and you're on to it this time, so you actually crouch. And he hits the wall this time. Because I got a 3. That's how I know it missed. It was lower than the first one. Next up, Half Pint.
Okay. Who is the next nearest enemy to me?
It's the guy that just whacked Rendo a couple times.
Oh, vengeance. Half Pint is pissed off now because...
And actually, hold on. I have to see whether he's noticed you. He rolled a natural 5. He doesn't realize you're there, so you have advantage. Yay. And you've got, I believe, pack tactics?
You should do.
Actually, I think pack tactics means you grant other people advantage, so I made a mistake earlier. I apologize. You should have had advantage. No, actually, he wasn't within 5 feet that time. Carry on.
So never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Alpine is gonna run up this guy. As he is making his stab at somewhere on the lower half of this person, because he's not that tall, with his crappy rapier.
The mighty prison shank.
The mighty prison shank rapier.
Yes.
The mighty stabby.
He's gonna be all like, "You know her, friend." Okay, so what am I rolling here? That's a
D20 to hit. You add your +5. Was it +5?
+5.
Double-checking?
Okay.
Yeah, +5.
And 6.
So you rolled a natural 1.
Yes. I rolled
Well,
a
that's
natural.
You
unfortunate.
go and you just literally run underneath him and kind of stab his cloak.
I'm just stabbing his cloak. It's just flap of out here.
It's like,
Now
what the hell?
Half Pint is very confused right now.
It's alright. So, next up, the guy that you've been stabbing dropped his crossbow and is pulling out his mace as well, and is taking a swing at you, Kelby.
Uh-huh.
I don't imagine... Well, actually, I don't know what your AC is, because I don't have a copy of your character sheet. But that's fine. That was a 12. Does that hit you?
It does not.
Alright. Well, you duck the first attack, and... Well, he rolled a natural 5, so I don't imagine that hits you either.
No,
So-
that one does.
Oh, very funny. He tries swinging high, you crouch low. He tries swinging low, you literally jump over it.
Oh.
Alright, so I don't know why I ended up rolling so high against Rendo. Anyway, the last guy, who I believe... No, he was okay. This is the guy that I think didn't have anyone near him and fired before. I want anyone who is facing the alley towards where Flutter is looking. Or where Flutter, or not Flutter, Kelby. I believe that would be Rendo and Half Pint and Carl. Roll insight.
Insight is -1.
Hold on.
17.
Wait until I get all the answers.
7. Half Pint rolled a 7.
Oh. And I got a 6.
Alright, well, you two didn't notice, but Rendo, you're good at this. You know how to spot someone when they're surrendering. He's slowly pulling his mace out and putting it on the ground. And, did I already have an attack? Yes, I did. Alright, and we're back at the top of the round.
So it's
Flutter.
just one surrendering?
Yes.
So the others are still fair game.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep, the others are still open
I'm going to
season.
attempt to hit with my Warhammer again.
Alright. Both of them?
Yes. So, with my physical Warhammer, that's a natural 17 plus 4.
Okay,
plus
you
1.
hit.
And that's what, D10 when it's
Uh,
surrounded?
I believe it's a D10. Yeah, it's a D10 bludgeoning.
Alright, so
Like a
that
long
is-
sword, only with bludgeoning.
Yeah. So that is 12 damage.
Oof.
Howie.
Alright. And you're...
And
Pay attention to this game,
well,
not that one.
No, I was saying I didn't know if he was dead, so that's why I didn't roll my second one yet. Yeah. And my spiritual weapon does not hit this time.
So there.
Okay, so...
That's... Oh, wait. 'Cause 11.
11?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it actually just hits.
Okay.
Yay.
Like, you just clip him.
JK, LOL. So, that would be 4 damage.
Wait. I gotta double check if spiritual weapon is a D8 or a D6.
It's a D8.
It's a D8.
Yep, it's in my
So it's a
spellbook.
date then.
Okay.
Sure.
D8. So it's a date. Yay. We decided on our date. So it hits, and how much damage again? 6?
4.
4. Okay. Alright, he is looking pretty trashed. He is not looking very good. And by the way, Kelby, the one that you're in front of, is not looking very good either. Well, he's if you look back, yours looks in better condition than hers. But yeah.
Yeah. Now, which one is surrendering?
The one that was not by anybody.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's not even in melee range of you or anyone else. He's watching all of this go down. And
Well, shit.
it is now your turn.
In that case...
In that regard...
Going to... swing again.
All right.
And swing.
Excellent.
That would be a 15 on the die.
Excellent.
Nice. Roll your damage.
And that's gonna be not a whole lot. That's gonna be 3 damage from that.
Okay.
And then the short sword is an 11. I actually hit.
All right. This time you've realized, after you hit him with your rapier, you leave it in and kind of give him a shove towards yourself so that you can jab him with the short sword as well. Roll your damage.
Alright. That's going to be 6.
Oof.
Max damage.
Nice. Oh yeah, both he and his friend are looking pretty fucked up. And there's also that one that is right in front of Rendo, who is probably about to feel Rendo's true fury. By the way, you're up.
Oh yeah. So the one that is surrendering, I yell at him to get on his knees.
Well, it's not his turn, so you're gonna have to wait to see if that works. I also need you to roll intimidation.
Intimidate.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
He rolled a 5. You're good.
So you just did it.
So he's
All
like,
right.
"You're paying attention to me?" And just do your turn as you normally would.
Yeah, I'm gonna unleash on this dude.
It's like, you're talking to me? No, I'm talking to the guy behind you. Of course I'm talking to you.
So
there's a
7
guy
plus
behind
4, 11.
Oh my.
11. All right, you got it. You got a hit in.
6 damage.
All right, and that is okay. And I need your next unarmed attack. Are you going flurry of blows
That's a
or not?
miss. That's a 10.
10?
I'll do flurry of blows and then take this dude out. Or attempt to, anyway.
I don't know if you'll be able to, but I need to remember.
No, because I just rolled a natural 1.
Okay, so you hit him in the chest, and then you try to do like this weird kata that you learned while you were learning martial arts. but then you realized it was only for show and it didn't actually cause him any damage, and he just kind of looks at you with a tilted head while he's clutching his midsection.
What?
And it is now Twink. Carl.
Carl. All right. Let's see. So, spell thinking for a second. All right. So, let's see. I think I'll go to the. Are any of them pretty banged up?
There are two of them that look pretty fucked up.
Okay, so I think for one of them, doesn't matter which one at this point, I think I'll create a bonfire under them and cook them alive.
Alright, which one do you want to do it to? The one near Flutter or the one near Kelby?
How about the one near Kelby?
Alright, that is a Dex saving throw. What's your DC? 12, I think?
12. Yeah, it's 12.
Right.
And you said that one was like a D8 spell, right?
That is a D8 fire damage, and so roll your damage.
Oh, I assume you got below a 12.
Rolled a natural 6.
Okay, so yeah, and well, I got an 8, so ouchie.
Oh God. Okay,
I give him a big ouch.
How do you want to describe how he's incinerated?
Well, right now the only thing that comes to mind, the only thing that comes to mind is essentially what Freddy Krueger does with that whole like fire incinerator thing. Only in this case, it's a bonfire instead of a incinerator thing. But you get the general idea. So,
which movie was that in? Was it the new one? Because I didn't see that one.
I may be thinking of his Mortal Kombat 9 thing, but either way, essentially just him. But either way, he's just burning to ash, pretty much.
Incineratality. Got it.
Pretty much.
All right, so Kelby, you don't even know why, but all of a sudden, the guy in front of you is just like in the middle of a fire and just.
She was always delicate.
Well then,
the mace drops to the
unfortunate.
floor, and he just kind of turns to bones in front of you, and just falls to ash. All right. So,
okay then.
I believe that would be this one. There we go. I need to remove this. All right. And there's the one that's been punched in the dong, and the one that has been hammer timed left, and the one who's surrendering.
He got punched in the dick.
The one who got punched in the dong is now pissed.
Understandable.
And he is going for another swing at Rendo. Does a 15 hit you?
It does.
You have just taken another 5 damage. Are you okay?
I'm down to 9.
Alright. You notice Rendo's not looking very well. And he notices the kobold behind him. And he's like, God damn it, you little piece of shit. And swings on him. You know, it's weird. When I try to roll to hit anybody other than you, Rendo, I miss. Every fucking time. But you, except for the thing that you could stop entirely and then fling back.
That's about my luck.
So, he goes to swing at the kobold, but misjudges the distance, because he didn't realize you were as short as you are. Alright, so, need a drink. You know, it's a good thing, too, because, oh, wait, it's not your turn yet.
My turn?
The guy who's looking fucked up is like, I'm going to see if he notices. Yeah, he definitely notices his friend. But he remains pissed and is going to take a swing at you.
Alright.
Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
Really? Damn.
AC 18, baby.
Well,
Holy crap!
he's still got one more attack, but that was even lower. Do you see what I mean? I rolled a natural 13, did not hit her. Then I roll a natural 8 to follow it up. Alright, anyway. Half pint. That guy just tried to hit you.
Half-Pint just looks over his head. It takes him a little bit to realize what just happened, and then he retaliates.
And
Turns
give me
around.
1 second. I need to double check what the pack tactics on kobolds is, because I may be doing things wrong. Well, actually, hold on.
It says here, pack tactics gain advantage on attacks if one non-incapacitated ally is within 5 feet of the target.
You have advantage.
Ooh, good.
You should have
Half-Pint
had
turns
advantage
around.
last round. I apologize. You still hit though.
Half-Pint turns around, and he stabs up with his rapier.
Sure you can.
He's going to give this guy a prison shank enema.
Shank him up.
Worst colon check ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is a d20 plus 5. No, that's... I rolled it wrong. Hang on a minute. I had it on minus. Does a 20 hit?
Yes. No, it doesn't hit,
Oh.
even though 11's been hitting this whole time. Yes, it hits.
Okay.
All right, so you get sneak attack.
I get
Not
sneak
only
attack.
because you have a friend nearby, but also because you have advantage.
So 1d8 plus 3. That's a 4. Plus 2d6. That's a 10.
All right, 4 plus 10, so 14.
Yep, 14 damage right in the butt.
This guy looks just as messed up as the guy right next to Flutter. And the guy who you told to drop to his knees follows suit and then puts his hands on his head and
Oh
just looks
my.
straight down.
He's ready
That's
for a
his
fun
entire
time.
turn. And we are back at the top of the round.
All right. So the one
Oh,
still in
yeah.
front of me is still alive.
And looks pissed, but fucked up.
Awesome. I'm gonna hit with my hammer.
He's painfully pissed.
Natural 17.
Oh yeah. Roll your damage.
Damage.
D10.
4 plus 2, I believe. So that would be 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yep.
Alright, so how do you cave in a part of his body? And what part do you cave in?
Right in the ribs. I want to puncture a lung.
You kind of end up getting both, as your hammer just concaves his entire sternum, and the ribs just rip straight through both. And you kind of hit spine as well, with the sternum in between,
Ooh.
as he just crumples to the ground. You still have your bonus action with your
How many are alive and not surrendered?
There is the one that that has been prison shanked and pummeled, and that's it.
I'm
So-
imagining that finishing move being done in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Because that seemed very Mortal Kombat appropriate.
I get a lot of ideas watching the bone breaks.
Well, alright, so actually I'm going to...
all the x-rays.
I will walk over and cast Cure Wounds on...
That is a full action.
Oh, fuck, that is. Because I don't want to just Healing Word and have it be... Meh.
Yeah, just do Healing Word.
Fine, Healing Word. Don't fuck me. Okay. 4 plus 2, 6. You heal 6.
Yay! 6 health.
To Rondo.
Yeah, to Rendo.
I was...
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have my glasses on, so I had to squint.
It's all right. Kelby.
Yes, sir.
Your guy is incinerated, and there's a bonfire in front of you. Kind of smells gross because there's trash. And you still hear motion behind you.
I hear motion behind me.
Oh, if it's any better, I dissipate the bonfire.
Okay, you can do that as a free action, thankfully.
Okay.
Well, I look to see what I'm hearing.
You see Rendo squaring off against the dude with a mace who's, like, shifting his view between Rendo and Half Pint. You see Carl behind Rendo kind of nod to you, because that was his bonfire. You see Flutter kind of giggling with a blood dripping from her warhammer, with another warhammer just kind of hovering over a corpse.
All right then.
And you see another thug that's currently on his knees with his hands on the back of his head, looking down.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm not attacking anybody. I approach the surrendering guy.
Uh-huh.
And I thoroughly frisk and disarm him. And I mean thorough.
It's alright. You don't actually end up finding any other weapons other than the crossbow. You do find 5 quarrels. That's bolts, if you want to call them that, from the crossbow, that just weren't used. And his mace is on the ground next to him.
Okay, well then I bind him and
all right.
Just
that takes your whole turn.
Yeah, and I then sit on him.
That's not a very comfortable thing, but
with my crotch in his face.
Fantastic.
Of course, teabag the poor guy. Why don't you? Jeez.
Rendo, the guy you've been punching for the last couple rounds, he looks like you might be able to get a TKO. So, what are you doing?
2 strikes. First strike is a miss with a 6.
Mm-hmm. Wait, let me just double check real quick.
Or is he flanked?
He is flanked. And also, you have an ability called Saving Face. You can do this once between short rests. It allows you to add a bonus equal to the number of allies that can see you. That you can see. But you don't need to use that if your advantage works. So.
Okay, so let me re-roll that. That's a 14. That's much better.
Oh, yeah.
That's 18 total.
All right. Give me your damage.
7.
All right, so tell me how you do this. Oh, no.
Well, I guess on this one, since I've been kind of beat up, I'll just take one just strong hit. I mean, just right underneath the jaw. It's right where his jaw and his neck come together. Just to...
Sure you can! So, hold on.
Also, just seeing what time it is, and it's already 9:32. Good God.
Yeah. I rolled a Constitution to see. You got the classic Mortal Kombat decap. So as his head goes flying,
Hell yeah.
it lands quite disgustingly right in front of the guy who surrendered. So, you, Kelby, hear him muffled.
Hey, I'm not sitting on his... I'm sitting on his chest.
Oh. Oh my.
With my crotch, you know,
In
right,
his face.
right there in his face.
Oh my.
Well, either way, he's
Sounds
visibly shaken. All right. So,
I bet.
Probably a little weirded out that he has a dude's crotch in his face, too, but yeah.
Who also thoroughly frisked him.
all right. So you thoroughly frisked him again.
And I
You
mean
don't find
thoroughly.
anything useful.
Thoroughly.
Like,
You find,
as
like, a
thorough as you
couple
can
of-
get without strip searching.
You find a couple of random pieces of paper with like no writing on them. You find a button.
A button.
Yeah. You find a squashed mouse.
Ew.
Yeah. It was in his chest pocket. You kind of squished it.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So it
It's
was...
all machine red.
Well, presumably it was alive?
At one point.
But not anymore.
Whoops.
Got
And-
squished.
I drag it across his upper lip.
He looks visibly disturbed.
So, why might you have wanted to attack us?
We try
Wait.
to rob everybody.
Oh, you try to
was tired
rob
of it.
people.
That's just highway robbery.
I give up, man. Just turn me in. I give up. I want to get out of this line of work.
Oh, John, I wanted to burn him too, but I guess not.
All right. Well,
Such exciting,
I,
but,
I suppose since you want to change your ways, we can. I will forego my planned cavity search.
His eyes get really wide. What's a cavity?
Your bumhole, sir.
Ew! Why would you want to touch that? Do you think you're a priest of Lathander?
No. I like bums, and you're cute.
oh my?
He just like gives you a really
I lick my
terrified
lips.
look. All right, what's everybody else doing?
So this guy is they're just common thieves.
Yep.
Okay.
And Rendo,
just-
roll another perception.
And while that happens, my guy's just roaming around, just examining the alley, just because.
Half
All
pint
right.
is.
Roll investigation
fine is-
on that. For me.
19.
And go- You got 19 on the perception. Give me a moment.
I'm just chilling with my hammers.
Hammer time.
What did you get on your investigation?
Who is the investigation for?
The investigation was Carl.
Carl.
Oh, for me, sorry.
Yeah, because you're looking through the alley.
Right. Give me a second to find it. Ah, there we go. Alright, so this was 12.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
just find a bunch of trash. And
Okay.
Rendo, you see that sparkle further down the alley, past where all of these thugs were. but it's just kind of in a circular pattern.
Like it's
Kind of. Roll insight.
$10.
That's actually high enough. You've noticed this when you've seen it in your dreams. This is usually when it's telling you to stop and stay there for a little bit.
Hold.
It's pretty simple
tell
how
everybody
it
to
does
hunker
that
down.
every time. It just stops and spins like swirls in a circle.
Can anybody else see this sparkle?
No.
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
None of you in the entire time you have known Rendo has ever seen any of the sparkles that he has mentioned.
Damn.
But you follow him because every time he sees one, it usually leads to either a big score or something that makes you guys either richer or stronger or have more clout.
Because you always got to have that clout.
And,
And gets me some more booty?
yes. And, by the way, Half Pint, you did say you wanted to do something?
Half Pint is doing a couple of things. First of all, he's collecting that decapitated head.
Okay.
No particular reason. He
I
just
didn't mention that you have this before, but you, Half Pint, happen to have a bag of holding. So you can just shove that thing right in there.
He hasn't picked up for any other particular reason other than the fact that it's got a nice shape to it.
Yes.
It's just aesthetically pleasing to his little kobold tastes, so he just shoves it in his bag. And the second thing he's doing, he's checking the more intact corpses, see if any of them soiled themselves on death. And
The one that Rendo broke the neck of did.
he is going to reach into that guy's pants and smear the poop all over his rapier.
Oh, God! Poison damage!
God. Oh.
Yep,
Lord.
that's making me think of South Park, actually.
Now
You
I'm
can
going
do-
to have to roll Constitution saving throws. It'll only work for your next attack. Your next hit, actually. But I'm going to have to roll a Constitution saving throw, and then I'll decide how much damage it deals. Alright, so... you're just chilling
I'm
with your
chilling
hammers?
with my hammers.
Well,
Burning an extra thing of incense.
the spiritual weapon only lasts a minute,
Yeah.
so you're only standing there for like 30 seconds, and then it just disappears. I don't feel good, Mr. Starks.
Yep, and I tuck another piece of incense in my hair.
Yep. And so
Sexy.
you're welcome. You actually can use this time for a short rest if anyone wants to roll any hit dice. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Rendo. Rendo, my friendo. And you recharge anything
So remind me
that's...
how hit dice work on a short rest.
You roll however many until you're satisfied of the number that you have of hit dice. Since you are level 3, you have 3 hit dice.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they are the same dice you roll to acquire hit points, and you add your Constitution modifier. So for you, it would be when you roll your D8, just add 2 from your con.
Okay, so I'm back up to full with one die.
Awesome.
Groovy.
Nice.
And being the hobgoblin and lawful evil that I am, and war is everything, the guy that surrendered, that's laying there on the ground, I walk over to him and just mutter in his face, "Surrender is for cowards," and snap his neck.
I'm gonna have you roll a strength check.
Jeez, that's a little morbid, don't you think?
Yeah, it works.
Does he have advantage because I'm chest?
No, because it's specifically to see if he's got the strength to do it.
Ah, okay.
That's a 6.
You try, but it's more like you just kind of crack his neck, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Ow.
I hand him my dagger. Here, use this.
I'll take it.
Wait! I'll serve you!
Serve us. Alright, I unzip my pants.
If I have to do that? Question mark.
Well, you know, with how quickly you surrendered, you'll be doing this a lot in prison.
Oh,
If you're in
Jesus.
prison.
Ah.
So
Alright,
might as
so
well get
we're-
to practice now.
just so you know, I'm going to move away from like
Reasons
rape
weird.
stuff. So, if that's something you want to do, then we'll just say that happens in the alley and be done with it. But if you're just joking about it, then don't worry about it.
It's more of just
Intimidation.
I guess intimidation. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not that cute.
No, he's not. He's kind of gangly and really big nose and really weak chin, kind of peach fuzz. Kind of looks
Ugh.
like a really shitty version dollar store Shaggy,
Ah,
like where they didn't paint him right.
right.
I
Like
just
instead of
see
the
that
eyes
happen.
being where the eyes are like shaped in the plastic, they're like below.
I just see him do that and just look away and say, "Oh God, put that thing away." Ugh.
I didn't take it out yet. I just unzipped
Oh.
my pants.
Oh, never mind then.
Calm
Mistake.
down.
I immediately assumed when you said pull your pants down that it was already,
No, I just said I unzipped.
Oh, you're unzipped. My fault. I'm sorry, I'm slightly tired, so I'm
It's okay.
just insinuating.
All right,
I
all
still
right,
have
no more of
undies on.
that.
Okay, Mr.
So
Undies.
Rendo, are you taking the dagger that
No calories in.
Kelby.
Kelby held out for you?
Yeah, I'll take it, and as he says that, I'll hold it to his throat and ask him how he will serve us.
I'm better with a mace than my friend.
You sure dropped it easily.
Yeah, I saw you killing all my friends. I had to fight that.
Better to die with honor than not.
Alright then.
Let me earn honor.
Sorry,
Huh? I didn't catch that.
no, it went silent there for a second. Did you say something?
I said, let
No,
me
I-
earn honor. Did you catch it?
I looked
this
to the other
time?
part. Yeah, I looked to the party and take their option.
Well, the way I see it, whether we let him live or not, he's gonna die at some point in time, so it's just, at this point, I don't really care.
Off point
Ugh.
comes up. He tugs on the nearest item of clothing. He looks up. Maybe we keep him for more poop.
He is quite craven.
He
leave
may serve useful for some information.
Yeah.
If he knows the underbelly.
You want to know why we chose this alley?
Why?
The trash?
Do I get to live if I tell you?
Perhaps.
Definitely not if you don't.
Well, we heard that the king and queen were coming this way, and we were going to jump them. They take really weird trips throughout the towns, and we figured we'd get a king's ransom if we took them out and kidnapped them.
Neat.
Could use them as a distraction.
We could.
Very true.
Half Pint is just trying to look down the back of this guy's pants.
What?
His back is flat against the ground.
Okay, he's trying to sort of lift him, but he's only a little guy.
Roll perception.
Okay.
At advantage.
Perception at advantage has +1. But, and 2, and I got 13.
You notice you don't smell any shit from him. None.
Well,
in fact,
crap.
you only smell the shit behind you, where the guy that you originally got the shit from was. He is the only one who shit himself. The moment his neck broke.
Ah, shit.
Half Pint leans in close to this guy. And I roll Intimidation, which is +2. I rolled on 8.
Well, how are you trying to intimidate?
Half Pint bares his teeth and says a single word. Hope.
Is anyone looking at this guy's face?
Yep.
Roll
I am.
insight.
I'm right there with a knife to his throat, so...
All of
I'm
you
kinda
who are
looking at
looking
curiosity.
directly at his face, roll insight.
19.
Nat 20.
Jesus.
8.
Yeah, even
12.
and fuck it. Yeah, Half Pint roll insight as well.
Insight for
Because it's a
me.
very ridiculously low DC. I just want to hear what you get.
That's a -1. I get 4.
4. You actually don't notice this then. It was a 5 DC and you failed. All of you notice that it looks like he's trying to fight back, laughing at having this little thing just get really close to him and say, poop.
It makes it so much better that Half Pint is the only one that failed the insight.
You, however, Half Pint, you think he's terrified of you. He's trembling. But, you know, Kelby, you kind of notice he's kind of laughing, but trying not to laugh out loud.
I let out a little snort laugh.
I pinch him.
You pinch him.
Yes, I do.
Oh! What the hell?
That's the proper reaction.
Yeah?
When that creepy little lizard threatens you, you listen.
Okay. You kind of notice he's fighting back the laughter even more now. There's actually kind of a tear going down his face. Half Pint, you think he's so scared he's crying. But the rest of you are picking it up right away. He is trying his hardest to not burst out laughing. It's like, have you guys ever seen The Life of Brian?
Can't say I have.
Yes.
I didn't know they had a...
Okay, so basically there's this famous scene where all the guards are just like extras. They're all extras. They weren't supposed to have any lines. They were just told you need to stand stone-faced no matter what. Because if you don't, you're getting fired. And Michael Palin, that fucking dick,
The dick.
is just standing, like, this close, face to face with one of them, and says, "You have a problem with Biggest Dickus?" And the guy's just standing there like he looks like he's gonna explode.
Yep.
Because that whole scene, completely ad-libbed, but it was so good that they had to include it. Because Michael Palin was just that fucking spot on. He's a goddamn comic genius. Thank goodness he's still with us.
Yes.
Yay!
Graham Chapman, however...
Not so much.
Graham Chapman.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. He's getting biggest dickest.
What was his name again?
Huh?
The guy that's not with us?
Which guy?
The second guy.
Graham Chapman.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah,
He
just
was
looking,
he was the lead on Life of Brian. He also played for other Monty Python movies you want to look up. He was the one who played King Arthur in Holy Grail.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I believe the animator also passed away
Recently.
for Monty Python. Yeah.
But anyway,
So,
so I'm just gonna have to ask: are you keeping him alive? Are you gonna try to use him as?
Keep him alive and use him as a distraction.
All right, and also as you do that, you notice the sparkles kind of move from that spot, go into him, and then come back up and just spiral again.
spirals.
And I will need Rendo to roll another insight check. At advantage.
Both 9s.
Both are 9s?
So 14.
14. Nice. All
13,
right,
sorry,
so
13.
13. That's fine. It was a DC 10. So you realize the sparkle did the same thing to each one of your comrades when you first met them. But it's only
Interesting.
done it to your comrades.
Knowing that, I'll kind of pull the knife away from him.
Alright.
Still
I
not,
take
I'm
it
still
we're-
not trusting him.
It's okay. You still don't trust the rest of
letting
your
him live?
allies. Oh, and,
Appears so.
huh?
I was responding.
I didn't hear the other part.
Oh, I said I take it we're letting him live.
That would be, Rendo's decision.
For now, at least.
Offline is just checking the guy's pants again.
Thanks.
So,
All right, up
we are
you
nearing
go.
to the 2-hour mark. Do you guys want to try to do another hour? Or do you...
John needs to pick up Melissa.
Yeah, you need to pick up your wife. Marco
Yeah, I gotta
Amazo
leave
needs to
in-
go to sleep. Save your characters. Make sure you keep them someplace safe. And I would like to make this a 2-parter.
Okay. Oh boy.
All right.
Alrighty then.
So we're picking this up again on Monday then.
No, we're going to do this again Sunday, or Saturday rather, because
Okay.
Monday is, I know for a fact Marcus will not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to make it Monday because of work.
And I don't know
Yep.
if John would either.
Next Sunday it is. Saturday it is.
Yeah, I should be good with Saturday. We don't think we have anything going on for Easter, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually do have stuff going on Easter.
But only on...
Well, not on
Only
Saturday.
on
but-
Sunday. But, yeah. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you watching also had fun.
Fun.
If you guys from my Friday games were watching, this is only part of the story. There will be more. Because I'm actually liking this group. Mm-hmm. I may turn this into a part campaign. At least one arc.
Ooh.
Cool.
I will be sure to transition my fast character sheet onto, something that onto a character sheet that isn't confusing and get crap everywhere.
Yeah, and yeah, this is going to be fun. I can now say I have a campaign.
Yeah.
Online. Campaign building.
I was gonna say. Pretty sure you already had a campaign.
Yeah, online though, and also this one's going to have to be short because the end of Rendo Moregna R's career is not until during a different campaign. So now you know how I'm building an empire, guys.
Nice.
I love being able to build a world like this. Let my players take part. And by the way, one thing I would really appreciate from all of you, if you're okay doing that, and I'll let you guys talk through it next stream if you want. Maybe write down a paragraph or two about maybe why your character decided to take the path they did to become what they are. And if you want to read it first person in character, I will love you even more.
See what I can come up with.
In a world where elves and men did not like each other.
And also realize you guys are also bad guys. You are not nice people.
Oh, my first bad guy.
That's why I was going to just rip the dude's head off.
Also, you see why I burned the other guy to nothing but ash.
Oh, yeah.
Well, poor old Half-Pint didn't get the memo. He's chaotic good.
Whatever.
He's not attentive enough to realize.
What? Which voice?
Holy shit, what did that do to get into this?
Wait, who said what that was in a good voice?
Thing within a world where elves and humans don't get along or something.
That was
Moose,
Marco
I think
Mesa.
that was me.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys
Yeah,
for
that was
playing.
me, Moose.
For those of you that are watching, if you want to help me out, have me bring more games with more players to my channel, you guys can make that possible. You can join on or not on Facebook, on YouTube. You can become a subscriber on Twitch. You can become a Patreon patron. That's patreon.com/DJ Winza. Excuse me. And if you want to share my stuff, please share it. If you want to get me some notoriety, share my stuff with big names, especially the big names in D&D. And by the way, I want to thank 3 big DMs for being awesome and giving me the inspiration to play this stuff. Matt Mercer, Chris Perkins, and Jerry Holkins. The 3 of you are the ones that truly inspired me. Anyway.
Hey, Matt Mercer.
Yes. Now, remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you're going to create your own empire, remember that I love you all. But I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner. So I need you guys to get the fuck out of my house.
Whoa,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Adios.